Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to my review of tonight's edition of Smackdown. And tonight's Smackdown was held from CenturyLink Center in Omaha, Nebraska. And I gotta say, tonight's Smackdown, I thought it was a decent show. I really liked Smackdown tonight. I thought it was much better than last night's shitty Raw. But I enjoyed SmackDown tonight. I thought it was a decent show. But the show started tonight with Renee Young in the ring. She was introducing Team Hell No, of course, Kane and Daniel Bryan. And Renee has said, they had, that Kane and Daniel Bryan had a complicated relationship when they were with Team Hell No for the first time. And, Daniel says him and Kane are unstoppable, even though they fought, lots of times. Kane says he and Daniel stood toe-to-toe with the Shield in the match. And they graduated, anger management. And he says Team Hell No is back and better than ever. And Kane says, Daniel can have a temper, and he says, Daniel always has, a demon watching over him, which is, of course, Kane. And Daniel says, he's so excited. Team Hell No is back together, and at Extreme Rules, they will become the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. So he also goes on to say, last time he was in the ring with Kane. Kane was trying to end his career. Pretty much from the, when Kane was in the Authority. And, Kane tells him, everyone likes to win. And Daniel, says, you tombstone me on the floor. You tombstone me on the stairs. You tombstone me on the announce table. And Kane says, tells Daniel to forget about the past, and that he and Daniel need to concentrate on the Bludgeon Brothers. And Kane says, he's always had Daniel's back, and Daniel says, Kane hasn't had his back after, what he did, and after what Kane did, back then. And the Usos end up coming out saying, Team Hell No is back, and the crowd and the tag team. They say that the tag team division is hot, and they ask the crowd if they should get an opportunity for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. If Team Hell No should get that opportunity, and the crowd just says hell yeah, but the Usos don't think so. They don't think that Team Hell No should get an opportunity for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And Daniel Bryan says to the Usos, if they want to fight, if they want to fight them, now. Daniel was issuing a challenge for the Usos to take on him and Kane. And Kane ends up saying that he and Daniel will consider this as a team and get back at the Usos. And Daniel still thinks, Kane is, the weak link in this. Paige ends up coming out saying that Team Hell No will be facing the Bludgeon Brothers at Extreme Rules for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And she ends up saying tonight they will be facing the Usos in the main event. And if the Usos beat Team Hell No, they will be added to the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match at Extreme Rules. And it would be a triple threat match. So that was pretty much the opening segment for SmackDown. But it was a decent opening segment. Really liked it, with Daniel Bryan and Kane. Although, we're seeing Kane again. This is 2018. So we shouldn't, we shouldn't be seeing Kane, on TV, wrestling, in the ring again. I mean, the guy is 50 years old, and he's still running for I think mayor. Think it is, but he's still doing that. So yeah, so it was a decent opening to SmackDown tonight. Then we had Jeff Hardy end up cutting a promo saying that he's in search of his next prey for his United States Open Challenge match, and he goes on to say that the challenge for his United States Championship is open, and we see his face. His face is painted in the red, white, and blue, and there was a little black in there. But it was really cool how his face paint looked, to resemble the American flag, of course, because tomorrow is the 4th of July. So it was really awesome. I think that's pretty much my favorite Jeff Hardy makeup, face paint that he did. I hope somewhere down the line, if they ever do another Elite Jeff Hardy figure, I think they should make this one of the face paint that he wore tonight. I think that would be a really cool looking Elite Jeff Hardy if they ever do it, which I hope they do, because I would get it. So then we had Asuka end up cutting a promo saying, it doesn't matter who she faces, men or women, and, they will feel the pain. And she ends up saying to Ellsworth that he's not ready for Asuka. So it was a short little promo from Asuka. Then we had Jeff Hardy out for his United States Open Challenge for the United States Championship. And the person who stepped up to take on Jeff Hardy was The Miz. And so it was Jeff Hardy versus The Miz, U.S. Open Challenge for the United States Championship. And this was a decent match. I really, really enjoyed this match. Sorry about that, but I was saying Jeff Hardy versus The Miz. Really enjoyed this match. It was a decent match. Jeff Hardy and The Miz, it was back and forth between them. Jeff Hardy, of course, exciting in the match. Jeff Hardy ended up getting the win. He ended up hitting the Twist of Fate on The Miz. Then he ended up hitting the Swanton Bomb to score the win. So Jeff Hardy wins the match, still retains the United States Championship. So very enjoyable match. Like I said, I really liked it. Very decent match. Like I said, very enjoyable. Then we had James Ellsworth saying that tonight the Battle of the Sexes ends when he puts Asuka in her place. Very short promo from James Ellsworth. Then we had the New Day 3rd of July pancake eating contest, which basically it was just the three of them, Xavier, Kofi, and Big E, trying to down pancakes in 5 minutes, and who would be the winner. So, and then Byron Saxton was, in it. He was just on the mic. So pretty much they had 5 minutes to eat the pancakes, all three of them. The contest ends up getting interrupted by Sanity. So Sanity ends up coming out, attacking all three members of the New Day from behind. They end up putting Xavier Woods through the table. So all in all, wasn't anything special. This segment. I mean, it's good seeing Sanity come out. But the next match, it was Asuka versus James Ellsworth. This match was pretty much nothing. Just Asuka taking out James Ellsworth. Carmella came out. She was on commentary for the match. A lot of times James Ellsworth was going out of the ring. But James Ellsworth ended up running through the crowd. Asuka ended up chasing him. The match ended in a no contest. After the match, Carmella ended up attacking Asuka. So that was pretty much what happened. But the match was nothing. It was a nothing match. Then we had Team Hell No, Daniel Bryan and Kane backstage. Daniel ends up telling Kane that they need to get on the same page and that Kane should apologize for everything he did to Daniel back then. Kane apologizes to Daniel for everything he did, and Kane ends up saying that he's like a brother to Daniel. And Kane says, he and Daniel create a fire that no one can extinguish, and they will be tag team champions. And Kane ends up saying to Daniel, is he ready for the Usos? And then Daniel ends up saying, yes, the yes chance. And what was funny was Daniel Bryan ended up approaching Kane with papers of everything bad that Kane did to Daniel. It was very funny. And then when Kane said to Daniel, is he ready for the Usos? Daniel Bryan ended up just throwing the papers and then just going yes, with the yes chance. So that was the little backstage segment with them. Then we had AJ Styles comes out saying that at Extreme Rules he will defend the WWE Championship against someone who is bigger and stronger than he is. He ends up going on to say that he heard what Rusev said when Rusev said he was going to take the WWE Championship from him. He says Rusev is a super athlete, but is not phenomenal. So out comes Rusev and Aiden English. Rusev says to Styles that he doesn't care how phenomenal he is, and he says he stands by what he said last week. At Extreme Rules, he's going to be taking the WWE Championship, and it's going to be on Rusev Day. So, then we got on to the match. It was AJ Styles versus Aiden English. This match, it was decent. Styles was enjoyable in the match. Styles ends up winning with the calf crusher on Aiden English to score the win. After the match, Rusev ends up tossing Styles into the pole, outside. Then he Machka kicks Styles. So after that, Rusev throws Styles back into the ring. Then we see Rusev lock in the accolade on Styles. And that's what happened, post-match. So, but all in all, Styles versus Aiden English, it was a decent match. Then we had the Iconics end up cutting a promo. Peyton says she's going to hurt Becky tonight because she has a one-on-one match with Becky. So it was a little promo from the Iconics. Then Carmella and Ellsworth was backstage. Paige ends up approaching them, and she ends up telling Ellsworth that next week he has a rematch with Asuka, and it's going to be a lumberjack match, and pretty much it's going to be all some of the women from the locker room, surrounding the ring. So that's what's going to happen next week. A rematch. Ellsworth versus Asuka. Lumberjack match. Let's see how this goes. Then we had Becky Lynch versus Peyton Royce. Billy Kay was, of course, there outside. And this match wasn't bad of a match. Becky Lynch still doing good. Still on a winning streak. I like that they're giving Becky a push, which she deserves. And as much as I love both of these women, really wanted Peyton Royce to win, but in the end, Becky Lynch won. She applied the disarmer on Peyton Royce. So Becky Lynch still on a good winning streak, which I give a thumbs up to. Hopefully this leads her to getting a push and a opportunity for a title shot at the SmackDown Women's Championship. And then Shinsuke Nakamura ends up cutting a promo saying, why does Jeff Hardy paint his face? He goes on to say, oh, is he a clown? Is he insane? Or is he ashamed? And so he says at Extreme Rules, he's going to take his pride, he's going to take Jeff Hardy's pride, his honor, and his United States Championship. And it was a pretty good, it was a pretty decent promo from Nakamura. I liked how the way he was saying, why does Jeff Hardy paint his face? Saying, oh, is he a clown or insane or is he ashamed? So really liking heel Nakamura. Only still not a fan of his new theme as a heel. And then we had the main event: Daniel Bryan and Kane, Team Hell No, versus the Usos. Good main event. Really enjoyed it. Of course, if the Usos won the match, they would be in the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match with the Team Hell No and the Bludgeon Brothers, so it would be a triple threat. But Daniel Bryan and Kane, it's been a long time. It's been a while since we've seen. I think it's been 5 years since we saw Team Hell No team up in a match. Daniel Bryan and Kane, and they did decent in the match. They were really enjoyable. And the Usos, they're probably the best tag team on SmackDown. And Daniel Bryan and Kane, they end up winning the match. Kane ended up chokeslamming Jey Uso for the win. So Daniel Bryan and Kane, aka Team Hell No, win the match. So now that the Usos lost, it will not be a triple threat match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships at Extreme Rules. Then after the match, you just had Daniel Bryan and Kane there. Kane was telling, Daniel Bryan was telling Kane, do a much bigger, yes chant. And he got everybody doing the yes chants. And then the Bludgeon Brothers come out. They come down the ramp, and they just stand on the ramp there. They're just staring at Daniel Bryan and Kane. And so that's how SmackDown ended. Very enjoyable edition of SmackDown. Really liked it. Much, much better than last night's Raw. Although we didn't get Andrade Cien Almas again. They're holding Andrade back. I hope he comes back, returns, and has some competition. So let's get Andrade back. WWE's got to stop holding him back. Because when was the last time we saw Andrade? Like 3 weeks ago? Like 3 weeks ago? Or longer than that? So come on, get Andrade back here. So yeah, so anyways, that's it for my review of tonight's edition of SmackDown. Thank you all for watching, and be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and hope you all have a good 4th of July tomorrow. You know, barbecue, have fun, and hopefully your all of your 4th of July, you know, activities go well tomorrow. Enjoy the fireworks. So, yeah, so anyways, thank you all for watching, and until the next video, I'll see you all later.